Condensed Bat-Supe in 30 seconds. The following podcast features themes of racial and religious discrimination and political corruption. Listeners should be aware that some language used in the original broadcast includes slurs and prejudiced terms that were sadly common in the post-war era, but do not reflect our values today and are presented for historical context. While important to confront, this content may be upsetting. Listener discretion is advised.
The following is transcribed.
Welcome to Condensed Bat-Supe. Now with 66% fewer superheroes than our regular podcast, which makes Condensed Bat-Supe even less nutritious, but still just as delicious. We're featuring episodes of The Adventures of Superman without the Caped Crusaders. Tie on your capes for lots of Q&A, plenty of impassioned pleas, and hate-baiting galore! In this edition of Condensed Bat-Supe, we plow forward with Chapter 7 of George Latimer, Crooked Political Boss, as originally broadcast on September 11th, 1946.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman. Today, in answer to the Clarion's page 1 blast that attempts to make ex-GI Sam Robbins appear to be leader of a communist plot, the violently incited mob of veterans march to police barracks to free their pal from jail.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, how many of the 49 different prizes have you collected from packages of Kellogg's Pep? Yes, sir. I said 49 different prizes. There's one in every package of Pep you open. And there are 3 different kinds of prizes you may find there. For instance, how you coming along with your collection of Pep comic buttons? There are 18, in the series, each picturing a favorite comic strip character to pin on your jacket or your beanie cap. And how about those bright-colored bird pictures? There are 24 to collect, each with a full description, so you can wise up the gang on birds. And have you rounded up all 7 of those colored cardboard plane models? Each one's a model of a famous fighting plane. All in all, that makes 49 different prizes you can collect. One in every package of Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. And meanwhile, you can be enjoying breakfast with those crisp golden whole wheat flakes of Pep. How Pep does make with a flavor. A catchy, fresh flavor. A sunny, toasted flavor. In short, a Pep flavor. And it really sends you. So for prize eating and your surprise prize, ask Mom to get you Kellogg's Pep tomorrow.
Now, The Adventures of Superman. As you remember, Joe Martin, a war hero, was mysteriously shot during a veterans' demonstration against Governor Wheeler, whom the ex-GIs charged with practicing racial and religious discrimination in awarding state jobs. Big George Latimer, the state political boss, said he had seen Joe's best friend, Sam Robbins, draw a gun during the demonstration. This gun, identified as the one with which Joe had been shot, was later found in the Robbins house. Sam was arrested, and the Metropolis Clarion, a scandal-mongering newspaper and Latimer's mouthpiece, immediately released a story to the effect that Sam had shot Joe as part of a plot to make trouble for the governor. Enraged, hundreds of his buddies marched on the jail to liberate Sam. Meanwhile, unaware of this development, Clark Kent is in the modest Robbins home interviewing Sam's mother. It is twilight. Listen.
They've got no right to say my Sam shot Joe Martin. Why, Sam and Joe thought the world of each other, Mr. Kent.
I know.
Since they were 6 years old, they've been friends. Sam would do anything for Joe, anything.
I believe you, Mrs.
And in that
Robbins,
newspaper it said Sam was a foreigner.
Well-
That's a lie, Mr. Kent. You know that's a lie.
Don't pay any attention to what the Clarion said, Mrs. Robbins. We all know Sam is a loyal American. He's just the victim of a plot to discredit him and others of his faith, as well as all the veterans who demonstrated against the governor.
A plot?
Uh-huh.
What kind of a plot?
Well, at the moment, we're not quite sure, but we have our suspicions. You may be able to help us pin it down.
I?
Mm-hmm.
How can I help?
Try to remember. Joe Martin was shot about 5:30 yesterday afternoon. Sam stopped here at the house about 6 on his way to the hospital. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. But he didn't stop to hide a gun like the newspaper said.
Oh, no.
He wanted to get the money he saved in the army to help Joe.
Yes, I know that. At any rate, Sam was here about 6. Now, what time did the state troopers come here and find the gun?
About half an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour later. I know it wasn't 7 o'clock yet because...
Well, never mind that. But between the time Sam was here and the state troopers came, were you alone?
Yes, I was alone.
Did you have any visitors?
No. Oh, wait.
What?
That friend of Sam's. He was only here a few minutes.
What
though.
friend of Sam's?
I don't remember his name.
Think, Mrs. Robbins. Think hard.
I think he said it was Charlie, but I'm not sure. He said he knew Sam and Joe in the army. Just got out of the army and he wanted to see Sam.
Mm-hmm. Did he come into the house?
He came in for just a minute. I gave him a cup of tea and some cake.
I see. Tell me, did he go into the kitchen with you, or did he wait here in the living room while you prepared the tea and cake?
Now, let me think. Is that important, Mr. Kent?
It might be. Can you remember?
Yes. He stayed in here, in the living room.
Mm-hmm. About how long, Mrs. Robbins?
Not long, just while I heated the water and arranged the tray.
Well, 5 or 10 minutes, say?
Not anymore. Why are you asking all these questions, Mr. Kent?
5 or 10 minutes, eh? Plenty of time to get upstairs, discover which room was Sam's, and slip the gun into a bureau drawer.
What? Oh, no, he couldn't. Why, he said he was a friend of Sam's. They were in the army together.
Yeah, so he said. What did this fellow look like?
He was about medium height, thin.
Hmm?
He had on a blue suit. He was kind of light-complected and...
Yes?
And his mouth. I thought maybe it was because he was wounded in the war. It was kind of pulled up on one side.
Lippy Williams.
Who?
Lippy Williams, a reporter for the Daily Clarion. You've described him to a T. I wouldn't put a thing like this past him either. And the Clarion has been playing up this story to a fare-thee-well, practically trying and condemning Sam in their paper.
But why? He never did anything to them.
Well, if I'm right, if it was Williams who planted the gun here, I think I can guess why. But first, I've got to prove it was he. Now, look, Mrs. Robbins, don't mention this to anyone, please.
Mom, they're going to get Sam out of jail.
What? Who is?
Federal. Oh, I didn't know anybody was...
No, it's all right, son. I'm Clark Kent.
Mr. Kent is trying to help Sam. This is my younger son, Lenny.
Yes, how are you, Lenny?
Hello.
And what's this about Sam getting out of jail?
Well, the boys from Sam and Joe's Legion post about 100 of them. They're marching to the jail. They're going to bust down the doors and get Sam out.
Oh, no.
They might even have him out already.
Is it good for them to do that, Mr. Kent?
No, it's bad. It's about the worst possible thing the veterans could do for Sam or for themselves. Look, I'm going to try to stop them. You two stay here. I'll see you later.
Hurrying from the Robbins house, Clark Kent steps into a shadowed alleyway, strips off his business suit, and takes to the air as Superman.
Up, and away!
Red cape streaming in the wind, the Man of Steel flashes across the great city, appears over the gray stone barracks of the state police, just as a mob of angry, shouting GI veterans are massing for a rush on the central building housing the jail. Lined across the shallow steps, their backs to the jail doors, stand a dozen uniformed state troopers, guns in hand. The grim-faced sergeant stands a step above them, ready to give the order to fire, as the mass of veterans, like a great wave, suddenly surges across the few dozen yards separating them from the jail.
Follow me! Let's take this place like we took Okinawa! Wait! Just a minute, boys. Just a moment. Don't let your troopers fire, Sergeant.
Hey, look.
Wait, fellow. Wait, I said. Listen to me.
Superman.
Superman, that's right. Now, look, you boys have the wrong idea. We don't settle our quarrels in this country by taking the law into our own hands. You know that. That's what you fought the war for, to preserve respect for law and order.
What law? Sam Robbins never shot Joe Martin.
Oh, you're right. And we'll prove he didn't. In the courts.
Governor Wheeler laughs at the court.
Listen to me. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Besides, you fellas are handling this wrong. You're playing right into the governor's hands. Don't you see that?
What do you mean?
How? You've already been called foreigners.
Yeah, because we had the guts to stand up for our rights.
All right. Listen to me. If you attack the jail, you'll be committing a crime against the government. Public opinion will turn against you. The people will believe you're being led by radicals and foreigners. That's what certain people are trying to do, discredit you, so they can go on discriminating against you. Don't you see that?
Well, that makes a lot of sense, sure.
As plain as the nose on your face. Go home now, please. Don't resort to violence.
What about Sam Robbins? We're not going to let the governor railroad him to the chair.
Oh, wait a minute. Sam won't be railroaded to the chair. Joe Martin has a good chance of recovering. As soon as he's able to talk, he'll clear Sam.
Suppose Joe dies. Then what? Yeah, what about...
Even in that case, I can promise you that Sam won't be made to pay for a crime he did not commit if you'll cooperate with me and do this in the American way. But if you don't, you'll only discredit Sam and yourselves and further the cause of intolerance. So break this up. Go home now, please. Go home quietly.
Soberly, the crowd of GI veterans listen to Superman's plea, then turn slowly and begin to disperse. The Man of Steel breathes a sigh of relief as he watches them go. But unknown to him, a new and even greater threat is being prepared against Sam Robbins and the men who fought for a better world. We'll be back in a moment to find out what that threat is. So stand by.
You know, gang, with school started and all, it's a good idea to go in for a real bang-up breakfast. Because if you don't eat right in the morning, how can you have fun at your work and take in more fun after school besides? So tomorrow morning, just get next to a dish of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal. See how those crisp, tender flakes of whole wheat tickle your taste. Put you in the mood to eat hearty. Take in that sunny, catchy Pep flavor, all golden toasted. Why, you'll say Pep's one prize of a dish. Or you might say Pep's a 49 prize dish, because there are 49 different prizes you can get in packages of Pep, one in every single package. For instance, you can collect 7 exciting colored cardboard models of fighting planes. Easy and fun to assemble. And you can collect a great new series of 24 bird pictures, each with a full description to help you identify these birds in the air. And then there are those 18 bright-colored comic buttons, each with a famous comic strip character to pin on your beanie cap or your jacket. So get busy collecting all 3 kinds of those wonderful prizes. Ask Mom to get you a package of Kellogg's Pep next time she goes shopping.
In the library of Big George Latimer's palatial home, the state political boss has just learned that the veterans did not storm the state police barracks. His scowl deepens as Lippy Williams, star reporter for the Metropolis Clarion, says...
It's a lucky thing those GIs stopped in time, Mr. Latimer.
Lucky? Are you kidding? I was hoping they'd go through with it. We couldn't have gotten a better break.
How come?
Public opinion? Those vets would have been marked lousy if they broke into that jail.
Maybe, but it might have exploded the powder keg you're sitting on.
What powder keg?
Look, those stories you had me write in the Clarion smearing Sam Robbins and what you call foreigners, they've stirred up a lot of crackpots. You should see some of the letters and telegrams that came in.
What sort of letters?
Well, the usual stuff, down with the Jews, down with the Catholics, down with everything. And wait until the mail comes in from upstate where they hate everybody who didn't come over on the Mayflower. They'll flood the office.
They will, eh?
Well, sure. Well, some of those nuts up there need is a couple of juicy stories like we've given them in the Clarion, and they're off to the races yelling for blood, foreigners' blood. That's why I say you're lucky the GI stab at the jail was called off.
So they want foreigners' blood upstate, do they?
And how? They're fanatical nuts. During the war, they organized German Bunds. Now they hate anyone whose name isn't Smith. Of course, it's none of my business, but...
Just a minute, Libby. Connect me with the governor, please. This is George Latimer. Hello, Frank? Listen, I'm quite worried about that business at the police barracks this evening. Yes, I know the veterans didn't go through with it this time, but they might the next time. I think you'd better have Robbins moved out of Metropolis. Where? Well, I think an upstate jail would be the safest place. Oh, no, I said upstate. You've got to take care of him, you know. Make sure no harm comes to him.
Hey, no, don't do that.
Get one of the judges to transfer him, Frank. Don't delay. It might look bad for you if anything happened to one of our war veterans. Fine. Good night, Frank.
You can't move Robbins upstate, Mr. Latimer. You know what'll happen?
No, what?
Those nuts up there will lynch him.
Will they?
His cold, beady eyes gleaming beneath fat, drooping lids. Big George Latimer smiles knowingly and leans back in his chair.
That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it, Lippy? Unfortunate for Sam Robbins.
Gang, tomorrow's episode is packed with suspense, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, gang, when you line up all the famous names you know, you'll find Kellogg mighty near the top. That's Kellogg, the greatest name in cereals. And here are some of the good things Kellogg packs into each plump, tender biscuit of Kellogg shredded wheat. Flavor, natural nut sweet flavor, toasted just right. Nutrition, fine whole wheat nourishment. And for economy, Kellogg packs 15 biscuits in every package. They're made to fit the bowl. Try them soon. You'll like Kellogg shredded wheat. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, Condensed Bat-Supe proudly presents Chapter 8 of George Latimer, Crooked Political Boss, which begins in progress and was originally broadcast on September 12th, 1946.
And now, the adventures of Superman. When Joe Martin, a war hero, was mysteriously shot during a veterans' demonstration against Governor Wheeler, whom the GIs charged with practicing racial and religious discrimination, Big George Latimer, the state political boss, virtually accused Sam Robbins, Joe's best friend, of firing the shot. When the gun was found in Sam's house, Latimer used the pages of the scandal-mongering Metropolis Clarion to whip up public opinion against Sam and the veterans, implying they were foreigners trying to overthrow the government. Enraged, the GIs set out to liberate Sam from the state police jail, but were stopped by Superman. Latimer then phoned Governor Wheeler and asked him to arrange for Sam's transfer to an upstate jail. And as we continue now in Latimer's library, Lippy Williams, star reporter for the Clarion, gasps,
Do you know what you've done? You've just signed Sam Robbins' death warrant, Mr. Latimer.
On the contrary, Lippy. These veterans might try to storm the police jail again. And if they do, there'll be shooting. Robbins and many others may be hurt. So I think it's best to get them out of Metropolis and upstate where it'll be safe.
Safe? I just finished telling you that section is a hotbed of religious prejudice.
So what?
So you're sending Sam Robbins into a lion's den, that's what. His life won't be worth a nickel up there.
Nonsense. He'll be in a good, strong jail. Nothing can happen to him.
Are you kidding? The Clarion has a big sale upstate, and those stories we've been running, calling Robbins a foreign radical and practically saying he shot Joe Martin, those stories will have those fanatical nuts up there howling for his blood. They won't let a little thing like a jail stand in their way.
I think you're exaggerating, Lippy.
No, I'm not. I know you're deliberately sending Sam Robbins up there to be lynched.
Now, wait a minute.
You don't have to play games with me. You know that if Joe Martin recovers, and it looks like he will, he'll say Robbins didn't shoot him.
Look here.
And then where'll you be with your charges that Robbins shot Martin as part of a plot to make trouble for the governor and take over the state? And where'll you be with your charges that all the vets at the mass meeting were radicals?
They are. They're foreigners.
Nuts. Just because a man goes to a different church from yours doesn't make him a foreigner, and you know it. But you figure if you can brand them all foreigners and radicals, you won't have to give them state jobs. You can keep the jobs for your party ward healers.
That's quite a speech, Lippy. Are you through?
Not quite. You're making a big mistake, and I want to save your hide.
Nice of you.
No, just financially profitable. Now, look, you figure if you can get rid of Robbins, there won't be a trial to backfire in your face and the governor's. It won't come out that you framed Robbins so you could smear the GIs.
Who framed Robbins?
You did. You and me. Remember?
You can't prove I had anything to do with it.
Oh, yes, I can, if I have to. Just remember that in case you ever get any bright ideas about crossing me up.
I don't like your tone, Williams.
You mean you don't like me because I keep my eye on the scoreboard? Well, that's okay. I don't like you either. I'm in your bandwagon because it pays off, and I like the feel of the green stuff in my pocket. That's why I want to save you from kicking over the apple cart.
How do you mean?
I mean, if you send Sam Robbins upstate and something happens to him, you won't only have the Metropolis veterans on your neck, you'll have veterans all over the state after your scalp.
Nonsense. Nobody cares what happens to a dirty foreigner, except other foreigners.
That's where you're wrong. The guys who fought in the war learned that it doesn't make any difference to a bomb what church you went to or what color your skin is.
That's sentimental rubbish. Some of the boys may have felt that way during the war, but the war is over.
They still feel that way. Take my word for it. You're going to make a big mistake if you go through with this scheme.
Just a minute. Hello? Who? Oh, yes, Briggs. The governor said what? Oh, he did arrange to send Robbins upstate, eh? To the jail at Grant City. I see.
Uh-oh.
Tell me, Briggs, how was Robbins being transferred? Oh, by car, huh? I think that's a very good idea. Attract less attention. Well, thank you for calling me, Briggs, and give the governor my regards. Right. Goodbye.
So you've got it all set, huh? Robbins is going to Grant City, and you found out they're taking him by car.
Now, listen, Williams.
Let me see. They might go out of Metropolis 2 or 3 ways, but they'll have to hit Highway 120 just below Lordville. Well, I can see there's no use my trying to argue you out of this, so I'll be toddling along.
Now, wait a minute. Where are you going?
To Lordville, of course.
What for?
I smell a story, and I'm a newspaper reporter. Remember?
I don't want you to go to Lordville.
Mm-hmm. You can't talk me out of it, pal.
Well, I guess not. Really doesn't make any difference anyhow. I was just going to say that I happen to have some business at Grant City.
You're telling me.
And I'll take you along in my car if you like. I can drop you off at Lordville.
Oh, swell. Let's go.
In a moment, I'll have to make a phone call first. You'll just wait for me in the living room.
Okay, but hurry it up.
Long distance, please. Long distance. I want to call Lordville.
Hello?
That you, Dean?
Yes, who's this?
George Latimer.
Oh, Mr. Latimer. Say, some of the boys and I were just talking about you. What kind of a city do you live in, anyhow?
Metropolis? What do you mean?
Well, it's some city where a dirty foreigner can shoot an American boy, a veteran at that, and get away with it.
Oh, you mean the Robbins case?
That's what I mean. I'd like to see the dirty foreigner try anything like that around this part of the state, or even show his big nose up here. We know how to take care of scum like that.
Sure if I read it, Dan. It's a good thing the governor asked the police to put Robbins in cold storage in the jail at Grant City instead of Lordville.
Grant City? What do you mean?
Some of Robbins' GI friends started to storm the state police jail early this evening. The governor decided Robbins would be safer in the Grant City jail, so a couple of troopers are driving him up here tonight.
They are, huh? Tonight?
Yeah. They just left, as a matter of fact. But the reason I called you, Dean, is the elections are getting pretty close, you know, and your district is important. I've got to know that you've got it sewed up.
Well, you don't have to worry about my district, Mr. Latimer. It'll vote the way you want it to.
Oh, that's fine. I expect to be up your way in a week or two, and I'll call you.
You do that, Mr. Latimer.
Well, good night, Dean.
Good night. Driving him up tonight, are they? That's fine. That's just dandy. Couldn't have planned it any better myself.
Hello?
Mart, this is Dean Carter. Listen, you know about that Sam Robbins in Metropolis? The guy who shot the war veteran yesterday?
I'll say I do. I was just reading the Clarion. That Robbins is a lousy foreigner and a radical, too.
That's right. Now listen. A couple of state troopers are driving Robbins up to the jail at Grant City tonight.
They are?
Yeah. They just left Metropolis, so they ought to come through Lordville in about an hour. Now listen. I'll call Eddie and Bill, and you call Mac and Red and maybe Harry Thomas. Tell them we'll meet behind Mac's barn, where the highway detour is, in half an hour. Okay?
I'll say it's okay. We'll fix that rat.
You bet we'll fix him. Now get busy, Mart. I'll see you in half an hour. Behind Mac's barn.
In half an hour, Lordville's men of hate will gather in the dark to await Sam Robbins. What will happen? We'll know in a moment when we return for the startling climax of today's episode. So stand by. You know, when a fellow or girl feels like tearing into a good day of work or play, it's almost a sure bet there's a good hearty breakfast somewhere in the picture. And did I mention Kellogg's Pep? Why, Pep is such an appetite tickler that it makes you want to eat hearty. Are those crunchy whole wheat flakes terrific? That sunshine flavor, that strictly Pep flavor is sure lure for your taste. You know, Kellogg's Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal. It's famous for crisp, golden, sunny goodness. And Pep is famous, too, for swell prizes. Yes, sir, there's a prize in every package of Pep you open. For instance, your next prize may be one of 18 bright-colored comic buttons with pictures of your favorite comic strip characters to pin on your beanie cap or your jacket. Or you may find a colored cardboard model of a fighting plane, one of 7 model planes in the series. Or your next Pep prize may be one of 24 full-color bird pictures with a description on the reverse side so that you'll be hep on birds. You'll be mighty keen about all 3 kinds of Pep prizes. So ask Mom to get you Kellogg's Pep tomorrow, sure thing. as a state police car bearing 2 troopers and Sam Robbins roars away from the Metropolis City Jail under cover of darkness and starts toward Grant City. Clark Kent is shown into the offices of Abner Brown, managing editor of the scandal-mongering Metropolis Clarion.
Well, well, well. Clark Kent of the holier-than-thou Daily Planet. Don't tell me you've been fired and came here for a job.
Hardly, Mr. Brown. I'm looking for Lippy Williams.
Well, I didn't know you and Lippy were pals.
We're not. I just want to introduce him to a lady outside your office.
What lady?
Sam Robbins' mother. I think she can identify him as the man who came to her house yesterday.
Why? Lippy didn't cover the story at the Robbins house?
Well, maybe not, but unless I miss my guess, he came there posing as a GI buddy of Sam's, and when Mrs. Robbins was fixing some tea for him, he slipped upstairs and sneaked a gun into Sam's bureau.
What are you talking about? What gun?
The gun with which Joe Martin was shot. That means Lippy knows who shot Martin and...
Sam Robbins shot him.
Oh, no, he didn't. Despite the rotten stories you've been printing in the Clarion. Somebody else shot him. To discredit the veterans who want jobs and to stir up racial and religious hatred. I think Lippy is working with that person.
You're out of your mind, Kent. We don't do things like that at the Clarion.
Oh?
Lippy had nothing to do with planting a gun or any other evidence.
Do you mind if I ask him?
Of course not. He ought to be back here soon, and you can tell him what you just told me and then duck. Because he's sure to take a poke at you.
I'll take my chances on that. You better answer your phone.
Thanks. Yes? Oh, yes, Inspector. What can I do for you? What? What's that? Holy cats. When? Where? All right. Sure, okay. You write down. So long.
What's the matter? You look upset.
Yeah. This ought to upset you, too. Lippy Williams was just found on River Road with his head caved in.
What?
He's dead.
Startled, Clark Kent stiffens in his chair. Lippy Williams, the one man he had counted on to lead him to the unknown person who shot Joe Martin, is dead. And at this moment, behind a dark barn in Lordville, almost a dozen men, guns in their hands and ugly hate in their hearts, wait for the state police car to bring Sam Robbins within their grasp. What will happen? Don't miss tomorrow's tense episode. Be sure to tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, gang, what makes a famous name famous? Well, Kellogg is famous as the greatest name in cereals. And one reason is Kellogg shredded wheat. Those are the plump, tender biscuits made to fit your breakfast bowl. 15 of them in every package. Each biscuit toasted just right and full up with natural nut-sweet flavor. Mom knows Kellogg shredded wheat is good for you, too. This is whole wheat. So remember Kellogg, gang. Ask Mom for Kellogg shredded wheat. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
It's time for a Condensed Bat-Supe Extra Helping, because sometimes heroes have to buckle their swash. This time, we journey to the picturesque country of Ruritania in order to stop the overthrow of the kingdom. It's a battle of wits, lookalikes, and evildoers as we find out if our reluctant hero can free the prisoner of Zenda in this episode of Academy Award Theater as originally broadcast on July 17th, 1946.
The House of Squibb presents Academy Award. Every week, Squibb brings you Hollywood's finest. The great picture plays, the great actors and actresses, techniques and skills chosen from the honor roll of those who have won or been nominated for the famous Golden Oscar of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. And now, E.R. Squibb & Sons, manufacturing chemist to the medical profession since 1858, bring you two well-known Hollywood stars, the distinguished actor and film producer Douglas Fairbanks, Jr., and lovely Virginia Bruce. You will hear Mr. Fairbanks and Miss Bruce in the romantic drama The Prisoner of Zenda on tonight's Academy Award.
If you were to visit this delightful kingdom, you would take the Orient Express, Paris, Vienna, Strelsau, Bucharest, and Constantinople. If you were going to the coronation, you'd get out at the capital, Strelsau. If you were Rudolf Rassendyll, of the famous English family of Rassendylls, and were bent on having a holiday in this picture book kingdom, you'd get off in the province of Zenda. You'd read the sign which said, Province of Zenda, Royal Hunting and Fishing Preserve, trespassing forbidden by order of His Majesty the King. Being Rudolf Rassendyll, you'd pick the choicest waters, fish to your heart's content, and then lie on a grassy bank and fall asleep. You'd hardly know or care that two of the king's henchmen were bending over you in astonishment and alarm.
Remarkable resemblance. Shave him and he'd be the king.
It is incredible.
He's awake.
Hello.
May I ask your name?
You started this, gentlemen. Suppose you give me the lead in the matter of names.
This is Colonel Zapt, and I am called Fritz von Tarlenheim. We are both in the service of His Majesty the King.
Well, I am Rudolf Rassendyll, traveling from England, and not so long ago in the service of Her Majesty Queen Victoria.
Rassendyll?
Then we are all brethren of the sword.
Rassendyll, by heaven your face betrays you, sir. You know the story, of course?
Oh, I heard something of it.
Fritz! Fritz! Where are you?
Here, Your Majesty.
Confound it, I thought I'd lost you. Colonel Fritz, who is this gentleman?
He's by way of being a relative of yours, sir.
Relative? I don't understand. Well, it is something for which you cannot entirely blame me, Your Majesty. Well, then who is to blame? If I may hazard a guess, Your Majesty, I would say that the blame might lie equally between your great-great-great-grandfather Rudolph and my great-great-great-grandmother Amelia.
What? Right, by heaven. The man's a Rassendyll from England.
And since Amelia's time, sire, the Elfberg face crops out on one of us every now and then. Oh, I see. Well met, cousin. You must forgive me if I was unduly surprised. It's too early in the day for a man to see double, eh, Fritz? Confounded, sir. It's not every day a man meets his double face to face. Well, what are you doing here, cousin? Tell me, what are your plans? No plans, sire, but to fish. Oh, but you must come to my coronation tomorrow. I'd give 1,000 crowns for the sight of my brother Michael's face when he sees the pair of us. And another 1,000 crowns, I'd wager that he couldn't tell us apart. But, of course, you don't know my brother Michael. I'm afraid, sire, I haven't had that honor.
Sire, I question the wisdom of Mr. Rassendyll's going to Strelsau tomorrow.
He mustn't go.
Come, gentlemen, I have not said he is to go. Sire, I shall leave the country immediately since your advisors think it is advisable. No, by thunder, you shan't. You must stay at my hunting lodge.
Our train for the coronation, sire, is to be ready at 7 in the morning.
Very well. Since Zapt won't let you see our coronation, Cousin Rudolph, we shall do our best to make up for it on the night before. Come, sir. I think you will find our table adequate and our wine cellar somewhat inexhaustible.
Wake up! Wake up! Quickly!
What's the joke?
This is no joke, Englishman.
Well, it was quite an evening, wasn't it? Hello, His Majesty still asleep?
Yes, asleep.
Well, what happened?
Joseph, the servant, found him on the floor this morning. You didn't drink any of that last bottle?
Well, not that I know of. Oh, my head.
I think you'd know it if you had.
Why, was he drugged?
It was.
Well, have you had a doctor?
None within 10 miles. But 1,000 doctors wouldn't take him to Strelsau today. Oh, I know the look of it. He'll not move for 6 or 7 hours yet.
But I remember laughing at a joke His Majesty told, and then I sat down here, and I suppose I went fast asleep. You know, I'm not much of a wine drinker.
His Majesty is. You missed the drug bottle.
But who could have...
Michael, his half-brother. He wants the throne.
But the coronation today.
There isn't going to be a coronation.
Well, can't they postpone it? Can't you send word he's ill?
Oh, they know his illness too well. He's been ill before. Michael is waiting in Strelsau now, with half the army already on his side and half the people too. It's the moment he's been waiting for, planning for, counting on the king's weakness.
Yes. Yes, Colonel, what's the matter?
Englishman, I am much older than you. As a man grows old, he comes to believe in fate. And fate sent you here. And fate sends you now to Strelsau.
What?
Sounds mad, doesn't it? But without your beard, I'd wager you could deceive your own brother.
Oh, you must be out of your mind.
It's a risk against a certainty.
My dear Colonel Zapt, I'm a simple Englishman. I couldn't even begin to act like a king, even if I tried. I'm afraid not, gentlemen.
Then Black Michael sits tonight on the throne, and the king lies in prison or his grave.
Well, after all, it would only be for today, wouldn't it?
Tonight you shall be safely across the border.
King for a day. And what would it mean if I fail?
Your life and mine, and Fritz is here.
Confound it, I've become awfully fond of this beard.
Rassendel, your hand.
Good. We'll have Joseph shave you, and then you must dress immediately in the king's dress uniform. Take that picture of him as your guide.
Right.
And as for His Majesty, God keep him. Joseph will guard him with his life.
I, Rudolph, with justice and mercy to deal sovereignty, to guard with vigilance and honor the welfare of my people, from all enemies to defend them, and from the throne of my ancestors to bear faithful rule, all this do I swear. I thought everything went off very well, didn't you, Princess Flavia? That is, for a coronation. That is, I mean to say, a coronation should go off well if the king puts in an appearance, properly dressed, knowing his lines.
And sober.
Oh, that's a nasty one. Don't you think you might overlook my past behavior and unbend a little? Don't the people want to see how well we get on together, since we are to be married?
Why should we deceive them?
You know, I think the luckiest man in the world is the king of this country.
Really? You have always seemed to prefer Paris.
But now I'm the anointed and crowned king. New leaf and all that. I have rather neglected you, haven't I?
2 picture postcards in 3 years.
Yeah, that was pretty silly, wasn't it? Staying away from you so long, and all the time you were changing into the loveliest princess in Europe. No, the loveliest girl in Europe.
Your dynastic obligation to the Princess Royal doesn't compel you to say nice things to her in private.
You call this private, riding along the boulevard in a carriage?
I must indeed have changed since you saw me. I've been thinking the same about you. You really looked and acted like a king today.
Oh, thank you.
Something I confess few of us expected of you.
Oh, well, you see, when I looked at you, it seemed time for this king to settle down and try to live up to his future queen.
I think all this ceremony has gone to your head a little, cousin.
I go fishing, I'm crowned king, I meet the loveliest, the most beautiful...
Your Majesty, this is the palace. We are expected to leave the carriage and enter the palace. You to go to the balcony and greet your subjects.
I think the crowd expects us to get married quite soon. And I think they have there what I consider to be a marvelous idea. Your hand, Princess.
I think, Your Majesty, you should receive your ministers.
Oh, bother my ministers. I want to talk to you. You were saying?
Very well, then. I was asking you what the world outside was really like. Is it as wicked and exciting as it seems in novels? And what did you do on those long trips? I mean, when you weren't drinking.
Well, I used to go fishing.
Fishing? You used to tell me you despised fishing.
Oh, well, I grew out of that. Whipping a fine stream after a big fellow who jumps and laughs at you.
Oh, fly fishing. I've never got beyond the hook and worm stage.
Oh.
And speaking of worms, do you remember the day you dropped a caterpillar down my back? Oh, what a dreadful young fiend you were.
Was I? Who's there?
Sire?
Well?
His Highness, Duke Michael, is waiting to pay his respects, sire.
Forgive me, my dear, for deserting you, then. I shall make the audience as short as possible. My princess, will you be waiting?
Your Majesty, I shall be waiting.
I shall be counting the seconds until I can return.
Rassendyll?
Colonel Zapt, what's the matter?
Don't go in there, yet.
But, Colonel, I'm the king and my ministers are waiting, including my half-brother, Michael.
Wait. This is nothing to joke about. We plan to leave at once and bring back His Majesty by daylight.
Yes?
That devil Rupert of Hensau, Michael's lieutenant, found the king at the lodge. His men murdered Joseph and the guard and kidnapped the king.
Oh. Well, then it's all over. They know everything.
Aye, they know everything, but they can't speak. How can they denounce us without denouncing themselves?
Well, that still won't keep them from murdering the king.
With you on the throne, they won't dare. If they do, they're finished. They can kill him and leave you on the throne.
Oh, it's too much to ask. Nobody could carry on this masquerade. I've tried to help you all I can, but I'm also not a fool.
Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. But I have a feeling about my king, about the crown. I feel about it the way another man would feel, well, about his children or the woman he loved. He would hate to leave her to her fate without making a fight.
What fate? Whose fate?
Can you ask that of a soldier whose king is kidnapped, perhaps murdered?
You know whom I mean.
Oh, the Princess Flavia. With the king dead, Michael as regent will declare her the queen. After that, of course, he'll marry her.
She'd never do that. She couldn't.
Flavia is a princess of the royal house. She would have no choice, and she would expect none.
Well, you can't let that happen to her.
Can you?
In just a moment, you will hear the second part of Academy Award. Before we bring you part two of The Prisoner of Zenda, we want to thank David O. Selznick Productions for making this story available. David O. Selznick Productions are also producers of the Technicolor picture, Duel in the Sun. And now the House of Squibb presents part two of Academy Award, starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Virginia Bruce in The Prisoner of Zenda.
Your Majesty.
Fritz, what is it?
Michael's man's here. Count Rupert of Hensau.
That villain, tell him His Majesty is indisposed.
No, we'll hear what he has to say. Send him in.
But disarm him.
Very well. Send him in. His Majesty will see him.
Your Majesty, I bring your brother's humble greetings, and I also bring you an offer.
From Michael?
Yes. He offers you money.
Oh, how much?
I prefer to speak to you in private.
No.
Can it be, Colonel Zapp, that you do not trust the king?
I do not trust you.
I bow to your patriarchal wisdom, Colonel, but my offer concerns only the king.
Very well. Walk with me towards the window. We can converse privately enough, I think. Well, what does Michael propose?
He offers you 100,000 pounds to pack and take safe conduct over the border.
You're something of a wit, Hensau.
I told Michael you'd refuse. The fact is, between ourselves, Michael doesn't understand a gentleman.
But we do, Hensau, don't we?
Rassendyll, you're a man after my own heart. Now, here's my plan for us.
Disregarding Michael, of course.
Oh, Michael's such a bore. Listen, all you need do is to attack the castle boldly. The castle where Michael has the king prisoner.
Go on.
Black Michael will fall. The king? You don't want to find him. You won't, that's provided for. Only you and I are left who knows the truth. Understand? I, Rupert of Hentzau, and you, the king of the realm.
Aren't you being a little unfair to Michael?
Perhaps a little, but I can't put up with his jealousy.
Jealousy?
Jealousy of me and his charming mistress, Antoinette.
Ah, and you're doing all this for love. How romantic.
Well, love and your Majesty's gratitude throughout your long and happy reign. And then, of course, you might make over to me Michael's castle and his estates.
Very clever scheme. Does you credit?
Shall we shake hands on it?
Do you hear the man zapped? He's marvelous.
All right, Englishman.
And die! Look out! His knife! Stop him! Guard! Guard! Sorry I missed. A pity. We'll meet again, Englishman. After him! Shoot, you fool! Shoot to kill!
Colonel, you heard what Hentzau said of the castle and the king?
Yes. We know where the king is now.
And we know how we're to get into the castle.
How?
Our secret police made contact with Michael's mistress. She is in the castle now. Her servant Johann is one of our men. He tells us she is afraid that if Michael succeeds, he will marry Princess Flavia and leave her. And she wants the plot to fail.
Good.
She reports that this Johann will lower the drawbridge 2 hours past midnight.
But the noise, the king will be killed at the first alarm.
Yes. But she says that before the bridge goes down, one of us must swim the moat, climb into her room. That man alone must hold off the guards from murdering the king until Johann can lower the bridge and let our armed men into the castle. Tonight there are 2 guards with the king and Count Rupert of Hentzau.
I think I should be the one to swim the moat.
Right, lad. We can't afford to lose both our kings.
One king you'll lose tonight. If anything happened to the king and not to me, your game is up anyway. I've been an imposter for his sake. I could not be one for my own. I swim the moat, Fritz, not you.
But if we lose you both, what will become of those of us who are left?
They will serve Queen Flavia. And I would to God I could be one of them.
I understand that we cannot amuse your majesty here in Strelsau, that you are leaving tonight for Zenda to hunt boars.
Boar hunting? Who told you that?
I heard from Colonel Zapt.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, but do you think I want to go?
I'm sure not. It's the boars. They're simply pining for you to hunt them. Did they send a delegation for you?
Perhaps the boars will hunt me. Perhaps, Flavia, they'll catch me. Oh, you're not even touched by that danger, are you?
This is the way you used to be. But not like the king I've come to love.
Oh, my darling. Did you dream I was leaving you to go hunting?
Oh, you're not going.
Well, I'm not going hunting. That is, not just for boar.
Then what do you... Rudolph, it's Michael.
Oh, it's nothing. It seems he has hatched a lurid little plot at Zenda.
But I won't let you go. Send someone else.
And what sort of a king would do that?
I don't understand.
And I cannot tell you yet. But believe me when I say there are reasons why I must go.
I'm sorry. You see, I've never been in love before, Rudolph. You'll come back soon.
Shan't a man come back to the loveliest lady in all the wide world? 1,000 Michaels couldn't keep me from you. But if I shouldn't...
Rudolph.
Will you never, never forget me?
Never.
And would you be a brave queen and do your part?
My life would be empty. My heart dead.
But you would do your part. Au revoir.
Rudolph.
Colonel Zapt, give the order and we'll storm Michael's castle.
Easy, lad. He hasn't lowered the drawbridge yet.
He's dead, I tell you. It's been an hour since he swam the moat and scaled the wall. We were betrayed. I know it.
We'll never get into that fortress. Have patience, Fritz.
Who is there? Who is there, Rifle?
Hi. I'm Rudolph Rassendell.
Too late. Too late.
Oh, Antoinette, what do you mean?
Look. You've killed Michael. Michael is dead.
Who killed him?
Rupert of Hensel.
Oh.
I had him come to my room to get him out of your way. Michael surprised us. He killed Michael. He killed Johann. He knows the plot. The cause is lost.
Oh, where is the king? Quickly, where is the king?
He's in the dungeon. 2 guards. Take Michael's sword. Beware of Rupert.
Mind you, men. The first sound of alarm, stab the king and drop him into the river. I'll deal with the others. We may have company, though I doubt they'll be able to storm this fortress.
Aye, we shall take care of the king.
Good. I'll have a look from the battlements. Keep your wits about you.
How is the king? Oh, he'll do.
Water. Water, please, water.
Yes, he'll do. Shut up, you. I'll give you water.
Look out! It's the foreigner! Cousin Rudolph. Cousin Rudolph! Courage, Majesty. I'll have the drawbridge down in a moment. Courage, sire! Only Rupert stands in our way, and he's above on the battlements.
Oh, no, he isn't, imposter.
Rupert!
So you killed the guards. Very daring of you, Rassendell. But now it's my turn. You've played right into my hands. Now I'll be rid of the both of you, the king and his bothersome double.
Oh, no, you don't.
Stand and fight. I'll give you your fencing lesson, Englishman.
I'll take my lesson in my own way.
You fight like a peasant.
I'll fight you any way you wish when the bridge is down. Zap! Come on! Charge the bridge!
Good work, imposter! Now pay for it!
I must know. Tell me I command you.
Rassendell lives. Wounded, yes. But he saved the king.
And this Rupert of Hensel.
Escaped. The man is a devil.
Where is...
Rassendell, come. He is waiting. There.
Rudolph, my darling. You're hurt.
I love you with all my heart and soul. But forgive me for the wrong I've done you.
It would have made no difference if I'd known. It was always you, never the king.
I meant to tell you. I tried to on the night of the ball.
I know. But what are we to do now, Rudolph?
I'm going away. Tonight.
Oh, no. No, you can't.
Oh, my darling. Come with me. Oh, no, I'm mad.
But I love your madness, dear. For one lovely moment, I too was mad. But is love the only thing? If it were, I could follow you to the end of the world. For you hold my heart in the hollow of your hand. But if love were the only thing, you would have left the king to die in his cell. Honor binds a woman too, Rudolph. I don't know why God has let me love you. But I do know that I must stay.
I think God chose his purpose to such as you.
Your heart will always be in my heart. The touch of your lips on mine.
Your heart will always be in my heart. The touch of your lips on mine. My queen. My love.
My love. And my true knight.
Farewell. My darling.
Fate doesn't always make the right men kings. Goodbye. Goodbye, my darling.
Whenever you see the name Squibb on a product, a name you can trust, you will also see a number you can trust. It is called a control number, and it plays a vitally important part in safeguarding the uniformity, purity, and efficacy of the Squibb product you are about to use. For by that control number, Squibb records in detail not only every step in the processing of a product, but the source and exact characteristics of every component, even to sterile distilled water when it is used. In fact, so complete are the records that, using the control number as a key, you may even uncover a detailed report of the weather on the day when special product tests were made. It is for your protection that the House of Squibb takes such care in producing not only life-saving medicinals, but also the simple health essentials you buy for your home use. And you'll be delighted to find, when you ask your druggist, how many of these Squibb makes for you. To be sure you get Squibb quality when you're buying for your medicine cabinet, ask for Squibb, a name you can trust. Next Wednesday, another great picture. The House of Squibb will present Academy Award starring Joel McCrea in Foreign Correspondent. Today's performance of The Prisoner of Zenda was written for radio by Frank Wilson, with an original musical score composed and conducted by Leith Stevens. Our producer-director is Dee Engelbach. Douglas Fairbanks, Jr. is soon to be seen starring in the RKO Technicolor production Sinbad the Sailor. This is Hugh Brundage, bidding you good night until next Wednesday at the same time, when you're invited to listen again to Academy Award, presented by the House of Squibb, a name you can trust. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
That wraps up this episode of Condensed Bat-Supe, featuring 2 more chapters of George Latimer, Crooked Political Boss, from The Adventures of Superman. Thank you for listening. Be sure to tell your friends about Bat-Supe and maybe encourage them to subscribe on their favorite podcatcher. We can also be found on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see you next time for another exciting edition of Condensed Bat-Supe as we bring you more of George Latimer, Crooked Political Boss, and another fine extra helping. Until then,
Another 5-minute mystery.
Gentlemen of the masquerade, I address you as master of the revels. You have been asked to come here disguised in the roles you have all secretly longed for these many years. You are all strangers to one another, your identity known only to yourselves. You will remain within your secret selves till midnight, when you shall unmask and reveal your true selves. But for 3 hours, the mystery of the unknown is yours. I see all manner of people tonight. There is Misto, the magician, a gypsy, a peasant, a statesman, a clown such as myself. And there is Cinderella, who at midnight will find that dreams must end. But till midnight, give yourselves to the music, the wine, and the dancing. And there you have it. The
The magic of a sorcerer who jumped from apprentice to master in 10 easy lessons.
Oh, show us another, Miss Stowe.
Oh, I do not have the time. It is nearly midnight.
Can magicians stop time?
Not in the society I belong to.
Just one more, Miss Stowe. We've hardly seen you all night.
I've been walking the air searching for my inspiration.
Miss Stowe, come here quickly.
Forgive me, good people. The master of the rebels calls. What is it?
I was just walking in the garden, getting some air, and guess what I found?
How should I know? I'm only a magician.
The girl disguised as Cinderella. She's dead.
What?
What'll we do?
Look, it's almost midnight. Lock the body in a room until I get everyone to unmask. Don't let anyone suspect anything. Then we'll call the police.
Okay, I'll be right back.
It is almost midnight. Prepare to unmask.
Wonderful.
And as you reveal your real selves to one another, the royal prince will become a beggar, the peasant a wealthy man, the gypsy a statesman, the clown a respected philosopher, and Cinderella, poor Cinderella, her horse-drawn coach to become a pumpkin, the birthmark of poverty to show beneath her tired eyes. Midnight! Unmask! I, Misto the magician, stand revealed.
Yes, revealed as a murderer.
How does the clown know that Misto the magician is the murderer of the woman masquerading as Cinderella? In just a moment we'll know, but first... And now, back to our story, The Masquerade. Are you out of your mind?
No, but you must have been, to let the proof of your guilt slip out.
You'd have a good case if you could prove it.
Why did you say birthmark of her poverty beneath her tired eyes? Why such a rich metaphor for Cinderella and a meager one for the others?
She interested me.
To the extent that you knew there was a birthmark beneath her right eye. You didn't know who she was. No one did. She remained masked all evening, yet you knew what lay beneath that mask. Don't tell me that was coincidence. You saw her unmasked.
Yes. Yes, I didn't mean to. It all happened so suddenly.
You should have perfected a disappearing act, friend. It would have stood you in good stead right now.